Well, this is so easy to throw together, and it's such a really good cold salad. Even Mr. Brown really enjoys this salad, and it's got so many good things for you in it. So we're going to put our can of petit peas, a can of French style green beans, and you want all this drained. Drain all your vegetables. A can of shoe peg corn, a small can of sliced chestnuts, and here I've got a small jar of pimentos. Woo! I'm going to put my small onion, purple onion that I cut up, my celery, and my bell pepper. And then I'm going to put a pinch of black pepper. I'm not going to put any salt in it. Now I've got my dressing here, my vinegar dressing. Like I said, you can use any kind of vinegar you want. 3/4 vinegar, 3/4 oil, and 3/4 of sugar. We're going to pour this hot mixture. It needs to still be hot. We're going to pour it over all these vegetables. Now, as bad as you're going to want to eat this, you're going to have to wait. It's got to sit up in the refrigerator overnight. And it is so good. And it makes a really pretty dish, too. Me and Mr. Brown, we absolutely love cold salads. It's one of our favorite sides, as a matter of fact. Once you let this sit overnight, before you serve it, just drain your liquid off and then put it in a pretty bowl. And you can even, once you drain that liquid, you can save that liquid for another time and use it again. You just heat it up again when you want to make another batch of Miss Tilleys refrigerated vegetable salad. It looks pretty with all the colors. And I think it looks pretty healthy too. So y'all need to try this one if you want to put a good cold salad on your table, because I think you'll really like it. But you know what? I think we can taste it even if it's not ready. It's good when it ain't even sit for 2 hours or overnight. It's so good. And it's got a lot of crunch.
I'm going to protest.
Why are you protesting?
What you said.
Why?
Even Mr. Brown likes it. Like Mr. Brown's a picky eater.
Well, you know what I meant. And you might want to eat some of this right now because I'm telling you, it tastes good right now. But you know how good it is once it sits overnight in that refrigerator.
I know how good it is.
Mm-hmm. So anyways.
I'm over there eating ice cream and coffee right now.
Yeah, I know it. You should be ashamed. But there it is, that easy, and you won't be disappointed. So we got that done. Covered up, put it in the fridge. Now we're going to go on to our next recipe. Here we are, our last recipe for the Thanksgiving menu, and it's an appetizer. And it's going to be a baked brie. I know that sounds kind of foo-foo, but it's not. It is so easy to put together, and it's going to be so good. You're really going to impress people by this one. So all you're going to start with is a puff pastry. And this one's thawed out. And we're just going to take it, and I'm just going to take my little rolling pin, and I'm just going to kind of roll it out just a little bit to get the creases out. That's all you got to do. You don't really have to do much rolling. Just want to get them creases out of there. Just like this. And it doesn't take much flour, really. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to cut corners around the edge. Just like that. And I'm going to keep these pieces. I'm not going to throw them away. Just cut your puff pastry in kind of a, it won't be perfect, but just kind of get it in the best circle you can for wrapping the brie. Like I said, I'm going to keep them corner pieces. Now, what we're going to use on this baked brie is we're going to use some pepper jelly. Or, in my case, I'm going to use, me and Mr. Brown's favorite is peach jalapeno jam. Or you can use just whatever pepper jelly that you've made homemade or that you've bought. And we're just going to take this, and we're going to put it right here in the middle of our puff pastry. Put it about the same size as your brie. And I'll show you the brie just a minute. Me and Mr. Brown love this stuff on just cream cheese. So good, just to warm it up a little bit. And I'm just going to spread that out just a little bit. Peach is my favorite, I have to say. Okay. I've got a few walnuts here that I'm just going to kind of put over my jam. You can use walnuts, you can use pecans, you can use almonds, you can use maybe some pumpkin seeds, anything like that. You can put you some different kinds of dried fruit. You could put you some dried cranberries, anything like that would be good to kind of dress it up a little bit. This is going to come together really fast. Okay, I want to show you the brie. And brie comes in several different sizes. And I just got this at Walmart. And this is 8 ounces. An 8-ounce wheel of brie. And y'all have probably seen this over in the section up by where the produce is, where all the different cheeses and pastrami's and stuff like that is. That's where you'll find this brie. This is an 8-inch disc. So what I'm going to do is I took the paper off of it. Now I'm going to take my brie and I'm going to put that right on top of them nuts and that pepper jam. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to take your puff pastry and you're going to fold one side. Once you get that side, you're going to start just pulling it up, just like this. Just making you kind of a little purse there. And just kind of pinch it together once you get it together like that. So you see how easy that come together. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over just like this. So now there's the top of your baked brie. I've got, in this bowl, I've got a beaten egg. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my beaten egg and I'm going to just slather it all over my puff pastry. And what this is going to do is just going to give it a beautiful golden shiny sheen to it. And just cover it all up like this. Now, if you were a little bit afraid of your dough not sticking, before you folded your dough up around your brie, you could have put a little bit of egg around that too. So if you want to make some kind of little design or something on top of your brie, you can take your pieces, your corner pieces, cut them and just kind of twist them like this. I'm just going to do one that way. Now I've got my oven heating 350. I'm going to take another piece. I'm just going to stretch it just a little bit, and I'm going to twist it. Come back this way. You know, this is kind of fun. Let's see if I can get another one on this other end. I don't know if you've ever had baked brie, but it's a creamy, it's such a creamy cheese. It's delicious. I'm going to go this way on this side. I think I'll cut another piece and I'll twist it and maybe bring it together and put it right on top. Now I'm going to take my egg wash and put it, you know what, I'm going to take that off. Put some egg wash right there. This is so easy and so much fun, and it's going to be so good. It only takes about 30 minutes on 350. I'm going to put that back. Give it a little bit of an egg wash. My oven's ready. Okay. Now over here I've got my cookie sheet and I've got some parchment paper on it. And we're just going to bring our brie over carefully. Put it on our parchment paper. Put it in our oven, 350 for 30 minutes. What you want to come out with is just a beautiful golden color on it. And it's about that easy. So let's get this in the oven, and when it gets done, we'll be back. Okay, after 30 minutes, we got our baked brie out. And of course, you know, it was on the cookie sheet on top of that parchment paper. So what I done is I just took it and it slid right off into my plate off that parchment paper. And you can see how pretty it is. I just took me a few grapes, put around it. And I've got some of these fancy crackers here. You can use any kind of crackers you want. This was up there, I think, by the deli section. Brenton Original. But you can use any kind of crackers that you might like to serve. Put you some, you can cut you up some pear slices. Apple slices, kind of put around it. Now, if you're wondering what brie is, of course, it's a cheese made from cow's milk. It's a creamy, buttery tasting cheese. And if you looked close at my brie before I put it in the puff pastry, it has a rind around it. But anyways, you can make it as pretty as you want. Now, when you do your brie, what you want to do is wait. Don't serve it just right after it comes out of the oven, because what'll happen is your brie will it'll just ooze out. So let it set just a little bit before you bring it out. I'm going to turn it around this way so y'all can see it. You see how that brie is just kind of, it's melted. Like that. Let me get a spoon. And you can just take it. And because of that rind on there, and you can eat the rind. Y'all remember that. Eat the rind. The first cut's not so pretty. And that right there is the rind, so don't be afraid of it. But you take your cracker, and you take that Brie, and that pepper jelly, and you see how it's just oozing out of that. And you taste it. It's really good. That cheese is really buttery. And you got the pepper jelly. I think most people say, well, you're not supposed to eat the rind, but you can eat the rind. It's good for you. It's penicillin. But it's really good. So, that's your easy appetizer. So I hope you like this recipes. Another good one for your Thanksgiving table. So we're going to wrap this series up. And I hope y'all enjoyed it, because I know I did. We've been eating really good, haven't we, Mr. Brown?
Too good.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this recipes. And I hope y'all try them. We really love them. And I was so happy to share them with you. So we'll see y'all probably in a couple of days. So God bless everybody.